You know, some people change the whole atmosphere of a room the moment they walk in before they even say a word. Lana Colette was one of those people. Her long golden hair shone like sunlight, her violet gray eyes sparkled, and her smile was always ready. A lot of people thought she was just a pretty, fashionable girl, but the real story of Lana was much deeper than that. Lana grew up in a rather unusual family. Unusual because they weren't old nobility. Her father, Baron Colette, was a successful merchant. With his cleverness and courage, he managed to build a great fortune in a short amount of time, and that earned him his noble title. But in noble society, money wasn't everything. Lineage and pedigree mattered even more. The children of the old noble houses would sneer and say, "The Colette family is just nouveau riche. They have no true heritage." That attitude taught Lana from a young age that the world isn't always kind. But instead of becoming bitter like many others, she chose to respond with joy and confidence. Since she was little, she loved colors, clothes, and design. While other girls were busy playing, she was sewing little dresses for her dolls out of scraps of fabric. When her mother bought her a new dress, Lana would light up and say, "We could shorten this lace here, or change this button, and it'll look so much prettier." Her father would smile at her and say, "Lana, you have the spirit of a merchant. You always want to make things more beautiful and show them to others. That's exactly what trade is about." And so, from childhood, a dream was planted in her heart, to follow her father's path one day, but in her own way. As she grew older, Lana remained the same lively, confident girl. People often assumed that because she was the Baron's daughter, she must be spoiled and arrogant, but the truth was the opposite. She was always laughing, joking, and trying to make the people around her feel better. Of course, fashion and beauty were important to her. She wore even the plainest school uniform as if it were a tailored dress. Tiny accessories, decorative gloves, golden earrings, everything was carefully chosen. Some thought she was just showing off, but in reality, Lana was simply expressing herself. And her dream? Unlike most noble children who chased after politics or rank, Lana wanted to shine in trade and fashion. She wanted to create her own brand one day. To her, beauty was something that could bring happiness to people's lives. When Lana entered Serendia Academy, it felt like stepping into a whole new world. The academy was filled with the sons and daughters of nobles and the talented elite. Everyone was eager to prove they were better than the rest. Right from the start, Lana realized she'd face the same harsh judgments again. She heard the whispers behind her back. "That's the Baron's daughter, the nouveau riche. She just pretends to be stylish." But Lana didn't care. She kept her smile and walked her own path. She had learned not to live her life by other people's judgments. And that's when the sweetest part of the story began. One day, Lana noticed a shy, nervous girl standing quietly in the corner. That girl was Monica, the main heroine of the story, who, because of her great secret, being the silent witch, always tried to stay hidden in the shadows. Most people ignored her. Monica moved silently through the crowd, like a shadow. But Lana noticed her, and she sensed that there was something behind that silence. She went over, fixed Monica's hair, adjusted her uniform, and smiled as she said, "You know, if you take just a little care of yourself, everyone will see how beautiful you are." Monica was stunned. Until that moment, no one had ever spoken to her like that. That moment became the start of a real friendship. From that day on, Lana and Monica became friends. Monica was shy, with a heart full of secrets. Lana was the opposite, energetic, social, and fearless. Their contrast made their friendship all the sweeter. Whenever Monica felt she couldn't handle something, Lana was right there beside her. She'd say, "Hey, did I say you could give up? You can do this. You just need to believe in yourself a little more." Even in the smallest things, Lana paid attention to her friend. When Monica stayed silent in class, Lana would find a way to make her noticed. When other students ignored Monica, Lana's cheerful laugh would change the whole mood. But even with all her kindness, some people still misunderstood Lana. The arrogant nobles thought she was nothing more than a nouveau riche girl who liked to flaunt herself. Yet anyone who got close to her quickly realized how wrong they were. Lana wasn't just kind, she had big dreams. She wanted to use fashion and beauty to bring joy to people in the future. She never cared for politics or scheming. Maybe Lana didn't have the strange magical powers that Monica had. But her own strength was something often far greater than magic, the power of friendship. Sometimes a smile, a simple word, or just being there for someone can change their whole life. And that was exactly what Lana did, time and time again, for Monica. Over the course of the story, Lana became a symbol of something many had forgotten, that in a world full of competition and judgment, you can still choose kindness, you can still have dreams, and you can still stand by someone's side. She might not have been the main heroine of the tale, but without her, the story would have felt much colder and lonelier. The story of Lana Colette is the story of a girl so often misunderstood, but once you get close, you see that behind her stylish, shining exterior is a big, kind heart. A girl who, in a world full of rivalry and judgment, chose happiness and friendship instead.